Welcome back to Montad. I'm your host Kyle, and we're going to answer the question, should you pay off debt early or should you save money? There was a period where I wasn't working for 7 months, albeit self-inflicted because I quit, but that's not the point here. I'm the type of person that excessively pays off debt as quick as I can, but that time expanded my perspective on this topic. There's no question that we have a lot of debt. Student loans over $1.5 trillion, mortgages over $10 trillion, credit card debt just over $1 trillion, and personal loans at a measly $130 billion. Although that is increasing fast, but I'll get to that in a second. The average US household with at least one type of debt owed about $144,100 in 2018. Northwestern Mutual's 2018 Planning and Progress study suggests that Americans are digging further into rather than out of debt. Americans are twice as likely to have accumulated $5,000 to $25,000 in debt rather than personal savings. Roughly 20% of people allocate a staggering 50 to 100% of their income towards debt repayment. And about 13% of Americans say they will be in debt for the rest of their lives. That makes me so sad. They really should subscribe. But seriously, that is sad to always see yourself in debt. The problem is all these debts are increasing. And that's likely because the economy is doing well and we still have a lot of jobs. To some degree, that gives us a false sense of security that we can tack on more debt now and future self will be able to take care of it. Hey there, I'm Future Kyle. Did you mean to call me? No? Well, I'm gonna give my 2 cents anyway. You seem to be a little stiff there. You're all like, we've got this debt, they've got that debt bad, no debt good. Just be a little more natural, bro. That's all you gotta do. Just relax. All right, sport, you'll figure it out. Anyway, I gotta go. Got some loose chili to get back to. Ciao. But then stuff comes up that we didn't plan for nor did we consider happening. So now we have 5 different debts that we're trying to pay off and we're in over our heads. So then we get that personal loan so that we can hopefully consolidate and get a lower interest rate and have one monthly payment. And then something else happens, so what we were planning for, now we can't afford, so we have to go get another personal loan just to pay for that. So that's why I say save. But again, it depends. It's not one answer that's true for everybody. It depends on your current financial situation. The key phrase is emergency fund. An emergency fund is that money that you save for the unexpected. Experts say you should shoot for 3 to 6 months of monthly expenses, not monthly income. But I shoot for 6 to 12 months of expenses, because you never know. This is why it's important to make a budget, because you need to know what's realistic for how much you need to save for that amount of time. I'll never condemn paying off debt early, but if you don't have an emergency fund and you lose your source of income abruptly, how are you going to make your minimum payments? How long will you be able to pay other living expenses before you have to resort to a credit card and then add more debt that you already can't pay? Then comes late fees and delinquent statuses and your credit score takes a hit and then you're screwed. So if you don't have an adequate emergency fund saved, then any of those extra payments that you would have made for debt, put those into your fund and pay yourself. Now, depending on your income, this might take a while to save up on your emergency fund, but it's the first step into achieving financial freedom. But if you already have an emergency fund, then throw that extra money on the debt, bro, for real. Except for like investments and retirement and whatever. Now is when I would typically do an example, but I'm not today because I think life experience is enough. So instead, I want you to leave your own examples in the comments below. As you join me for more videos, I hope you see that financial freedom is not a quick process. It takes years to achieve. So don't get caught up in all the get-rich-quick schemes. Most of them are just fads that you won't even hear about in a decade. And they're not reality for 99.95% of the world. Thank you for watching. I hope you join me for next week's videos and every week's videos. And as always, make it happen today. Deuces.
Is the elephant heavy? I'm coming back, baby.